Now you can combine these drills. 1, 2, tap it into the 3, or 1 into the 3 direct. And he gets the direct trap with the attack. The knife system of Pekiti-Tirsia is based upon the short knife because it is a close quarter attack system based upon the thrust, not the slash. The short knife executes close quarter attacks with the thrust or the fatal thrust, then transfers into slashes, then transitions to the jab from long range. Into the sok-sok position, the thumb is basically on the spine, and the forefinger is loose and relaxed and extended. When you go into a thrust, it will close up. The thumb and the forefinger also have other type of secondary manipulations. If we come in close for jabbing and we come back into a close quarter position, the thumb will extend into the plexus so that you can keep the hand and the knife manipulating in close quarter into the plexus, or slashing into the number 1 chamber. If you don't have this manipulation, you could clip your jacket, you could clip your pocket and other type of gear if you happen to be wearing anything on your belt. On the chamber position, on the forward grip, the left hand, the thumb extends into the number 1 thrust. Right there. As I step in with Randy's power, if I didn't step in and attack that number 1, I would have met that here, and that thrust just would have continued on with the direct attack right into the thrust. So at close quarter, at contact distance, when that 1 comes out, you have to step forward and attack that weapon hand right here. If you come up on horizontal, you're going to lose your leverage, and that 1 is going to follow right on through. The most important thing to remember on the tapping system is that tapping is not knife fighting. If you find yourself here having to enter and counter the number 1 attack, you didn't attack your opponent ahead of time and first. In other words, you technically messed up. You allowed your opponent to enter into close quarter, and now you must counter their direct attacks with counter offense. So while all of these drills have excellent skills and they build good close quarter skills, technically you don't want to be here. If the number 1 comes, I want to be out, executing possibly a counter jab attack, or attacking my opponent before he's able to get into a close quarter attack position. Remember what we talked about in the tapping system. In reality, no one will ever tap your weapon hand. As Grand Tuhon says, no one will remove the knife from your hand. That means there will be no tapping. That means all you're going to see is direct attacks to the weapon-wielding hand of your opponent. Once you isolate the jabbing attacks and the slashing attacks, then you put that all together. Jabbing from long range, slashing and bridging into close quarter, tapping in close quarter, ending up with the fatal thrust. Good close up in a close quarter 2. Dennis came up and tapped that. He brought it in with the thrust, slashed the weapon hand, finished it out with the fatal thrust with the number 3.